The house had been empty for years, its windows boarded up, its walls covered in ivy. No one dared to live there, not after what happened. But when Olivia moved to town, she didn't believe in ghost stories. She saw the abandoned house as nothing more than a cheap rental with a little too much history. From the moment she stepped inside, she felt it, a presence, watching. But she shook it off. It was just an old house, nothing more. That night, as she unpacked, she heard it, a soft thud from the hallway. Then, the unmistakable sound of tiny paws padding across the wooden floor. Her heart skipped a beat. Slowly, she turned toward the doorway. Sitting there, staring at her, was a cat. Its fur was an inky black, its eyes an unnatural shade of yellow that seemed to glow in the dim light. Olivia frowned. She didn't own a cat, and she was certain she hadn't left any doors open. "Where did you come from?" she whispered. The cat didn't move. It just watched. Shrugging, she reached out her hand. "Come here, little guy." The moment she spoke, the candle beside her flickered wildly, and a cold draft swept through the room. When she looked back, the cat was gone. That night's sleep didn't come easily. She kept hearing it, soft scratching at the walls, the creak of floorboards outside her door. Then sometime around midnight, a weight pressed against her chest. Olivia's eyes shot open. The cat was sitting on her, staring directly into her soul. She gasped and scrambled back, but the cat didn't flinch. It only blinked, slowly, deliberately, before vanishing into thin air. Heart pounding, Olivia turned on every light in the house. But no matter where she searched, there was no trace of the cat. The next morning, she went into town and told the shopkeeper about the strange encounter. The woman's face paled. "You saw the cat?" she whispered. Olivia nodded. The shopkeeper swallowed hard. That house belonged to the Holloway family. Their son had a black cat, loved it more than anything. When the boy died in his sleep, the cat wouldn't leave his side. It sat there for days, refusing food, refusing to move. And when it finally died, well, people say it never really left. Olivia laughed nervously. "It's just an old story." The shopkeeper shook her head. "No one stays in that house for long." That night, Olivia locked every door, every window. But it didn't matter. As she lay in bed, the air turned ice cold. A low purring sound echoed through the room. And when she dared to open her eyes, the cat was there, watching, waiting. And this time, she knew. It would never leave.